Hey, guess what? I'm back. Mr. Fix-It, I'm back. I'm here again. Imagine that. I'm coming at you with this Everflow repair clamp. Okay? Now, usually when I make a repair on plumbing, I usually cut it loose and I make the appropriate repair, whatever fittings I need. This here, if you don't have a lot of time and you want to get it done quick and you don't want to mess with it, just one and done, this Everflow clamp. Okay, now this is of no value to me if I have to cut the pipe, so it's important. This has a big screw on it, okay, with a nut, bolt and a nut. So I take it off. Okay, it's got like a little lock-in clamp here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it all the way out. Take this all the way out. This is like what you would use on fencing or something. It's a special bolt just made for these. But I would take it apart like this, folks. Okay, because I got to open it up and put it on. I'm not going to cut it. Okay. Now inside here, there's like a vinyl or a rubber material. If you could see that. Okay, see it inside there? So you want to make sure that your leak is in the middle of that. Okay, now half inch, slide it in there. Okay, this says half inch, okay, but this is not going to work on half inch copper or PEX or whatever. It's too small. So this would be more for your galvanized or for, let's say, your plastic pipe that they use sometimes on mobile homes. Now I've got a piece of 3/4 here. Now I mean size, if the thing fits on there, I'd say you could use it. I got the 3/4, I throw it on there. Okay, see, that fits nice on the 3/4. Okay, so you take the 3/4, I open it up. Okay, the hole is right there. Okay, it's not really there, but it is right there. And believe me, I've worked on, these problems long enough. These are one of my best calls for fixing stuff. Service calls. I love service calls. They're always in the middle of the night or at the end of the day when you're tired. And it's just, I can't stand service calls, to tell you the truth. But you got to do them because that's part of my job. Part of my job, right? So do the service call, Joan, shut up. So here, the hole's right there, so you're going to stick this in the middle of the hole. Okay, like I said, I opened it up because normally this pipe would be connected on both sides. I'm not going to cut it. If I'm going to cut it, I'm just going to fix it. So I take this clamp apart, put it back in. Make sure you put it back in right. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if you could do it this way. Yeah, I don't think it's going to roll that way, folks. Okay, but that's why I make these videos, to test this stuff out. Okay, so I mean, if I force this in there, I mean, you're really not supposed to have to force stuff, right? Okay. So, let's see if there's some way. I got to figure this out, because if I got to cut the pipe, I'm fixing it. I ain't going to use one of these, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so it's looking like when you undo and take this bolt out of here, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the nut on right here, Okay, I'm going to screw the nut on. I'm going to screw the nut on and I'm going to see if this thing will close up right. And if it closes up right, it's great. I'll use them. But if it doesn't, close up right, then I'm not going to use them because I'm just not going to use them. No. And I mean, every product isn't for everybody, right? I mean, hey. So I can't even find something to tighten it up with. I'm going to have to pause you. Okay, so I did it. So I got my handy dandy Mega, well this isn't Mega, I've seen them adjustable wrench that were huge. But this one is my biggest one. So maybe yours is bigger. But anyway, what I did was I bit down on this, turned down on it, and that screw did pop into place. Okay, so then you're just going to tighten it down until she's nice and tight, or until it stops leaking basically. Okay, but you have that whole area there that's going to latch onto there and tighten up. And it has two, I don't know if you could see it right here. See these pieces of metal that go all the way through the thing as part of this clamp. Okay, so that's clamping up the whole thing on there. And you got a nice big bolt. So, you can tighten up on that pretty well. And, tighten up on that leak. And it would save you a lot of time if you didn't have to cut all the pipe, not to mention all the fittings, because sometimes you got a lot of fittings that got to go on. Sometimes you can just, use a bushing or, an adapter. But this one is working well. Okay, this is 3/4 pipe though, okay? So these must be made for galvanized, where the OD is bigger, because on my 1/2-inch PEX, the OD is too small, and this thing would never work on this. And this is 1/2-inch. Can you see that, folks? Hold on. I don't know, can you see it? It says 1/2 by 3. I hope you can see that. But anyway, I use this on 3/4. Look, people, back in the day, they didn't have all this stuff. This is us, our generation. We are spoiled brats. Something goes wrong, go down to Home Depot, and you bitch and moan about it, but I got to tell you, it is quite nice to have a problem, go down to Home Depot, and you say, hey, fine, this is my problem, what do I do? And then he hands you something like this and says, yeah, just tighten down on this and it'll stop the leak for you. Okay? So years ago, they had to make this whole thing. They had to use their imagination. They had to repurpose stuff. So consider us pretty well off that we do have, we are able to make things right at the store. Just go pick them up. Okay, so if you do have to repurpose, like this says 1/2-inch, but it might work on, 3/4, or it might work on 1-inch. Okay, you got the product, you test it out, trial and error. This one right here works on my 3/4. Now I know that. Probably 1/2-inch galvanized it would work on. Okay, so be flexible. When you're fixing stuff, use your imagination. Sometimes be surprised. Some of you, I bet, would be able to come up with some new and efficient ways to do stuff. But on this one here, this is the Everflow repair clamp. Parts number SSRC 350. Okay, so use your imagination. This worked great on this 3/4, and like I said, you can wind it all the way off, and you can open it up like I showed you and put it right against the leak and tighten it up right against the leak. So you don't even have to make any cuts. Okay? Nice piece. I'll probably try it out one of these days. Remember, Home Depot Seeds Reviews. I go over the product, tell you what I think of it. Lots of times I'm not going to do the install. Lots of times I can't. I get a piece and, you know, believe it or not, folks, I don't have that problem right now. I may have to wait a couple months. But these reviews got to be done in a month. So keep that in mind. But I will try. You can look through. I have a whole bunch of videos. I may have a video on an install on some stuff. Okay? Keep that in mind. Anyway, I'm glad you came. It's good to see you again. Watch my videos. Oh, I give you. Like, I've been watching the knife show. Anyway, I'm going off. I gotta get. Like and subscribe, guys. Share the video. I'm glad you came. I'm out.